Hello, guys. Back again for my top 25 cartoon villains. I uh, tried to get it out last Sunday, but I totally forgot. So here I am just doing it now. We left off on 16. Now I'm going to give you 15 to 11. And so I hope you guys enjoy this. And enjoy, like I said. So number 15. Number 15. Who could it be? Zartan. Yes. Yeah, Zartan, guys. From G.I. Joe. Um, you know, personally with me, guys, I like Cobra Commander. You know, the respect is there, but I always like the other Cobra operatives a lot better than him. Yeah, that's just me. Zartan was one of them. Master of the Skies. He rolled around with the Dreadnoughts as well. He wasn't really a member of Cobra. He just affiliated with Cobra. Like, I remember in the cartoon series, whenever Cobra Commander needed him, they would hire him because he was like a mercenary. He was a mercenary for hire, but he was affiliated with Cobra, not he was a member of the group. But I always liked his like echo voice when he talked. Like it wasn't like all like you like it would echo when he would talk and things like that. But yeah, he was a really good master of disguise, and sometimes it was really hard for the Joes to even recognize him, or just to. When the time came that they recognized him, it was too late, pretty much. Number 14. Shendu. Yes, Shendu makes number 14. Shendu, of course, from Jackie Chan Adventures. Shendu, of course, was the demon sorcerer that had the talismans in him that gave him all his abilities, from super strength to speed. He could heal, combustion, uh, turn things into, animals and things like that. But of course, as you all know, he was a chi wizard came along, chi master came along and put a spell on him and made him into basically, a statue, because all the talismans and flew all the talismans to the four corners of the earth. But over time, Shendu, no matter how many villains that would come on different seasons of Jackie Chan Adventures, Shendu was always like really that main adversary, the main antagonist. No matter what, he was always around, and if it wasn't him, they would introduce his son Draco, and basically, and at the end of the series, it was good to see Shendu was still there. But yeah, I do like Shendu. There was even one time where he nearly completed his goal and took over the world. Number 13. Number 13. Who could it be? Chase Young. Yes, Chase Young. From Shaolin Showdown. Chase Young, which was voiced by James Marsden. He did a very good job voicing Chase Young. Chase Young was actually a Shaolin warrior himself at one point, so he didn't always start out to be bad. He had, or turned to the dark side. You can kind of say he was kind of in the image of Vader or somebody like that. Vader was a Jedi at one point before he became, turned to the dark side. But unfortunately, darkness corrupts, and yeah, it corrupted him, and he pretty much always was. He became like the main antagonist in the second season, if I'm not mistaken, of Shaolin Showdown, and he always wanted to get Omi. It was always try to get Omi on his side. Something about Omi he liked. Number 12. Dun dun dun. Aku! Yes, Aku. makes number 12 in my book. Aku from the great cartoon series known as Samurai Jack. Aku was voiced by the legend himself, Mako. God rest his soul, passed away a couple years ago. But he just did a fantastic job. Another demon, shape-shifting demon. He was always able to shape-shift himself, and he played Jack very well. In terms of a lot of things he would do. Just like I remember, there was one time he turned himself into a female to get to Jack. He did a lot of crazy things that just made you just like, you bastard. Like, Aku was always like that one. I remember there was one time where Jack was just about to jump into the portal to go back in time, and Aku came out of nowhere and just was toying with Jack because Jack couldn't jump that high to get through the portal. He was like, ooh, ooh, not so fast, samurai, things like that. But anytime, Jack would cut him, it was always like, the sword, the sword. He could never take the sword. There were times where Jack had Aku at bay, at his mercy, and then somehow Aku was able to get away. But he still was a great villain for Jack, and I love him. I thought he was great. Number 11. What could number 11 be? I'm going on a whim with this. I'm going to, yes, people. I'm gonna basically, let's just put it like this. I count them as a whole unit, so I'm just counting them. This is my list, so please respect it. The Lunatics makes number 11. I love the Lunatics. Out of all the other villains from the Thundercats, I always loved the Lunatics more than the mutants. No disrespect to Slithe, yes, or Jackalman, or Monkeyin, or Vulture Man. No, none of that. But I always enjoyed the Lunatics. The Lunatics, besides Mumra, was the only other villains I can recall off the top of my head from the original series. I wish they were brought into the remake that gave the Thundercats a challenge. I mean, from Luna to Amok to Chilla. Chilla was my favorite. Allure, to Tugmug, I believe that was his name. I'm forgetting the other two guys, but I remember one of them actually broke the Sword of Omens, and I remember watching that for the first time when I was a kid, and I nearly cried seeing that because I thought nobody could do that to the Sword of Omens, but somebody came along and broke it, literally just broke it, and you see the Sword of Omens fighting back, but still was able to break it. So yeah, that is why. But they've done a lot of things over the time. But yes, the Lunatics make my number 11 spot. Even though there are more than one, but you gotta get a little leeway here, guys. But other than that, yeah, the Lunatics makes my number 11 spot. So there you have it, guys. 15 to 11 for my top 25 cartoon villains. Let me tell you guys, this is harder than it looks. This is very hard, but I hope I'm delivering, guys, characters you may like, or even if they're in a spot that maybe you would say I would want a little higher than that. But as always, like I say, when I watch people's top lists, I always respect it, and I always say, respect my list, But as of right as that's it, guys. Basically, just a few more to go, 10 more to go, and we'll see who's number one. I mean, who do you guys think is number one? And you guys will probably be right if you figure it out. But just stay tuned for the next. I'll try to get the next 5 out pretty quick, because I think I have them really right off the top of my head. I know who I want. I think most of them are going to be females, so look out for that. But other than that, guys, this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace and love. Stay tuned, keep it real. I hope you guys enjoyed these 5 for my top 25 cartoon villains. And other than that, I'll see you guys later.